Deep down, I know you clicked on this video primarily because of the pretty girl in the thumbnail. When you saw the girl, a primal part of your brain was triggered. This is the same part of your brain that causes you to walk to the fridge whenever you're hungry. We all have desires or things we desperately want. Some of these items are truly necessary while others are not. This primitive part of our brain is directly linked to the difference between a man who gets all the girls and a man who doesn't. More importantly, how we react to it. And it all comes down to our desires. Now, this thing we call life isn't always the kindest to us, and it frequently throws things our way that we don't see coming. So, we must understand that most men are ruled by something. What is it? Most men are constantly thrown off balance by their desires. The glitter of gold should never dazzle the eye, according to an ancient saying. Most guys are drawn to their desires as if a moth to a flame. Imagine this. You're watching YouTube when a pole vaulting video of a girl wearing very little is suggested to you on your homepage. I know it's strange, but it's happened to me several times. I never watched one of these videos in my life, but it's clear that enough guys on YouTube couldn't resist clicking on it. So now, we're all in this strange, awkward situation. Most men you see are completely trapped by their desires and fears, or more specifically, by their feelings. As we all know, most truly feminine girls tend to act on their emotions rather than their logic. So if you become a slave to your emotions, what do you become? One little known fact is that being emotional around girls is one of the most unappealing things a guy can do. Did you know that it's not the content of an insult that gets us so worked up? It's our interpretation. What we interpret it to mean, not what the other person intended, elicits our emotions. In other words, mind over matter has always been the case. Before Neo could stop bullets with his hand, he needed to clear his mind. We're continuously barraged by events or people who seek to agitate us. What happens when we give in to our emotions? We eventually lose control. And when we lose control, we become extremely emotional and enraged, and usually, bad things happen. So, how does this relate to girls? Well, everything. Emotions cannot be eliminated because if they could, we would cease to exist as humans. So the goal here is not to rid ourselves of our emotions. Instead, it is to tame them. The difference between the guy who gets all the girls and the guy who doesn't is that the guy who doesn't hasn't mastered the art of controlling his emotions. There will be times when we are angry when dealing with girls. There will be times when we are extremely worried. There are also times when we get overjoyed. And controlling how we deal with these emotions can be one of our greatest strengths. As men, our greatest weakness is frequently our inability to control our desires and emotions. Fear, like many other emotions, is a feeling, and women know that most men can't control their desires or their emotions. The truth is that when he sees a beautiful woman, every man feels a strong desire for her. So the difference is how he deals with that desire. Is he capable of recognizing it and then taming it, or does it simply enslave him as it does every other guy? Just like how it goes for 99% of men. Everything is just a paradox. Show interest in a girl, then withdraw, and she will magically become more interested in you. However, consider this. How can you pull away if you are a slave to your emotions? If your desires are your master, the guy who gets all the girls is the guy with the most power over his feelings. The guy who gets the most control over his desires is the one who gets the girl. So gentlemen, leave the lotion on the bathroom counter, work on controlling your feelings and desires so that you don't become a slave. And you might just find that you become more like the guy who girls can't stop pursuing, rather than the guy who they're always trying to run away from. Thanks for watching. If you like our stuff, subscribe for more motivational content. See you in the next video.